Wow, look at that. There's a sketchbook right there. Hey, I'm new to this, and I'm the artist. This is the first sketchbook of this series, I suppose. I don't know. I have a ton of sketchbooks. See? See, that's a lot. And I have a need and a want to go through them so I can stop being embarrassed by the contents inside. Because look at this. Look how old it is. This is from 8th grade, so it's around 2011. Anyways, open the page, look inside. Wow, look at that. What a waste of a first page. Stupid, idiot. Love it, hate it. Anyways, moving on. Flip the page. Flip the page. Flip the page. Hey, there we go. Next page. This is the actual. This is all from the what is it, like how to draw sketchbooks or whatever. So that's why I started with chibis. And a little chibi boy, because I knew where my intentions lie, because in this day and age I mainly only ever draw men. But it was a start. I used Crayola. Oh god! Shit was slammed onto the desk. I was scared. The majority of the sketchbook is not original whatsoever. I copied from this book in particular. Christopher Hart, what a god among men. I know I have more of these books somewhere, I just couldn't find them. If I do, I'll put the actual pictures I copied in there side by side, so you could see the recreation of it all, if you will. Second page, just as good as the first, but this time a girl. Next page, same thing, but it's a side profile. Wow, really nutty there. Captured the physique there with a square rectangular body. I'm sorry. It's so silly. Look at his shape. That's just a rectangle. Oh my god. All three of these are from the same like little area in the book. Amazing. It's so silly looking. Oh my god. That's probably me screaming in anger because this is stupid. There was another one, cute, nothing really to talk about here. This is all copied from that book. But now it's like an older guy, a scientist, I guess, looking at carrying his books, carrying a little rag with him. He's on his way to class or on his way to teach. Really cool. I'm talking about something with my hands there. I couldn't tell you what. What a great introduction to myself. It's already a mess. I'm sorry. Next page, doing expressions and doing the same character twice, which I found was extremely difficult at the time, still is now. Cat girl! Look at those proportions, the anatomy is amazing. Again, all from the same book. It was all just... I'm not sure if it's all from the same book regardless. I had one book and then I just flipped the page and then I'm like, yeah, that. Let's draw that next. And then I did that. And the one section was specifically on cat girls. So I believe the next few pages are all cat girls. And Christopher Hart led me through it. Man, the style in this book didn't age so well. How old is this book again? Oh. Okay, that explains it. Anyways, moving on. Cat girls. Yep, there's another one. Little redhead, little feisty little redhead cat girl. Love that. I remember going to my mom after every single one of these and being like, Mom, look what I drew. And it's all copied from the book, right? And she'd be like, wow, it's so cool, so awesome. I'm glad you're able to do this. I hope you keep doing it and further it. And I'm just like, thanks, Mom. And then I kept doing it. Like, all of these back to back, I want to say are within the first, like, couple hours. I just flipped the page and just kept going. There's, like, I didn't stop. I was crazed. I was in the zone. You couldn't stop me. And this is a little adventurous one. Wow. Nothing original so far. Oh, a little sleepy girl. Not a cat girl. Not original. But a little sleepy girl. She's wiping her eyes. She's so sweet. Ah! I'm sorry. I'm so sorry to disturb you, miss. Flip the page, quickly. Here's a little fancy lady. A little space cat girl. Wow, I actually don't mind that one. Another little space cat girl, a little cadet reporting for duty. Very cute. Very nice. I like the little paw print keychain right around her necklace there. That's so cute. Love that. Sorry, that's a little less of a jump scare. I guess it's like a full body, if you will. A mermaid. Don't look at this one too hard. It's a mess. I like the execution of this, like the coloring and such, and how simple it looked. But if I look at it too long, I see everything wrong with it. Specifically this one, not the other ones, is because where the chest isn't where it ends, and where the tummy isn't where it starts. It's a mess. It's an anatomical disaster. I don't know why I didn't see this, but I remember opening this back up again. I was like, ew, gross, disgusting, get it out of my life. I didn't want it anymore. Bad, hate it. Anyways, girl crying, that's me. Look, that's me right there. Hate it. Flip the page. Oh, now see this. This isn't, that's unoriginal. That last one was unoriginal, but this one, this is an original. Circa 2011. I know I watched Death Note recently, but that's just inexcusable. Anyways, another cat lady, adventurous type. Look at her. This is one taught me like a lot of details, and it isn't a lot of details, but it looks it. Another chibi, just because they were easy. And gosh, I didn't do her justice. It's a mess, really. That's all it is. Anyways, Ladybug. It was in black and white, so I was just like, why color it then? I'll just do the black and white then. Another scientist, a little crazy scientist, little Google glasses going on there. Very, very cute. Yeah, I think all of these, again, are within the same day. Anything original took a day on its own, but like anything that I copied from the Bible of Christopher Hart, I did within just a day. It was just easy, right? A monster in a cup was actually supposed to be a hamster in a jar. Why would you put your hamster in a jar? Tweet bird. Tweety bird, little egghead from Tweety bird, got a sprout growing out of him. Oh, Pokemon fake, not even, it was just like monster friends in this book. Then I'm just like, oh cool, I did the magical swirly bits, isn't that neat? Another space girl, let me change that for you. There you go, now you're standing straight up. I was really just off center from the page. And I had a nasty habit, not like I had space for anything else, like fully, right? But I didn't use the rest of the page. Hey there. Creepy. The triangle mouth. That definitely is an essence of its own time. The triangle mouth anime style. But I had a nasty habit of like, if I had to do something, it's the only thing I could do on the page. It's the only subject that I could do on the page. And it wasted a lot of paper. I think that's evident by how many sketchbooks that I have, that I tended to just, I followed this rhythm for a while of just one subject per page. I eventually broke out of it, hopefully. Swimsuit, very cute. I like that one. Got knocked out. Yeah, I'm sorry for you. I'm sorry for your loss. Moving on. I think this was supposed to be a perspective lesson as well. It just didn't work out. Anyways, you could tell when I started watching anime, actually, I was like, I'm confident enough. Let me draw my favorite anime. And at the time, my only anime. It was the first one. And by God, was I lucky that this was my first anime. I had the biggest crush on this blonde-headed weirdo that is definitely a phase that I never grew out of. I only ever like blonde weirdos. Here's an example. Here's all the blonde weirdos that I like, and it's consecutive. Every new media that I watch, I tend to find the one blonde bimbo, and I'm like, that's the one I want. There's nothing else I want in this world besides that one. Here we go, more. The automail was definitely a jump in everything, because it's mechanical, and mechanical stuff is really hard to draw. Here's me explaining that I didn't want to draw Alphonse because he was a full suit of armor, but instead I I took it upon myself to just draw the full arm out automail arm that he's got, and it was really, really hard, but I got really, really used to it because I just wanted to draw him over and over again. Don't get me started on the cloak. The cloak looks like there's nothing. There's no physics. Man, I'm spending a long time on here. I forgot what I said. Oh, look at him. He's so cute. Look at it. From the internet, there it is. He just has like a soft smile, and it doesn't look like it at all. Also, a new way of drawing eyes, because the eyes in Fullmetal Alchemist are unique in their own way. Anyways, here's Alphonse. Yeah, get a little close-up look on that. This is me showing you that the sketchy lines, if there's anything bigger than, like, a centimeter, I'm gonna do the sketchy lines. Interesting. I didn't have the confidence. Sasuke. At this point in my life, I haven't watched a second of Naruto. Absolute nothing. I have enjoyed none of Naruto content whatsoever. This is a fake. This is a fake fan here. But there's gonna be more Naruto in this book, I'm sorry. Alphonse, I guess that's spoilies if you didn't finish it. But yeah, there's me saying I definitely needed to smidge it a little bit. If I had a reflect tool, if I had a mirror tool, it'd be unstoppable. Oh, this one I don't mind. Look how cute, he's just sitting. He's a little sitting, a little smiley boy. Love that, see you later. Full Alphonse now. I remember I got made fun of for this piece in particular because people didn't know what he was and they thought I was weird for drawing robots, and I'm like, it's not a robot, it's a suit of armor. Anyway, Sakura didn't enjoy any of Naruto. I didn't watch any of Naruto. I simply looked up pictures on Google and I said, you know what, that looks good, I'm gonna draw it. And I recognized that it was from Naruto, right? But I don't know anything about her at the time. I didn't know anything. Next page, Fullmetal Alchemist symbol. That's just simple. I liked being able to show a version of depth by putting little snaky thingy behind the cross. Isn't that neat? Isn't that cool? I thought that was neat. That's just like a simple one that I was actually like, wow, that's so neat. Oh, the girl. Oh, it's our star. It's our star attraction to the show. Look at that. It's my cat. Don't worry, just step on everything. It's alright. That's my cat, Lulu. And then she just walks off by herself because she realizes that none of it is what she wants to be a part of. She was like, this is not interesting. Anyways. All these keychains, by the way, are actually a gift from friends. Oh, and here's me showing you the actual, like, side by side. It actually wasn't that bad. Again, anatomy and proportions are something that I gotta work on. From the age of 12 to 13, of course it is, right? When you first start doing that. I don't know. It's nice. It's interesting to see the thought process, because there was no underlying sketch at all. There was no like structure to build from. It was just straight from the final piece. If I had to draw line for line, you know, it's essentially just copying. I just copied the final picture. I didn't follow the guidelines or anything like that given because I didn't understand them. So this is just what I had to work with. But it's the little details that are nice. I think I chose that one specifically for braids because I like drawing Edward so much. Oh, and a boy. And a boy. It looks like we're just into boys now. I think this section of the book was actually dedicated to hair, because all leading up to this portion was just females. Oh, you don't look so good, buddy. Oh, you look even worse. I'm sorry. But I think it was just like male hair or something like that. Definitely of its time. This girl's crying because I fudged up her face so much. Oh, braid? Another braid here. That's interesting. I actually don't mind this one a lot. The neck is a little long, but this is very cute. I wasted a lot of paper here. The more and more we go, the more and more paper I seem to have wasted. Folds on clothes. That's neat. Definitely taught me a few things about gravity. Next page. Let's see. Girl. It was more of like a full body pose. And I wanted to try, full body portions and stuff like that. Obviously, the same thing of just like copying straight from the page. Same with this one. There was no underlying structure. It was just me copying from the page and trying to replicate what it was. This is original though, so I took those practices, if you will, beforehand and started using them. You know what? It wasn't bad for the first, I guess, attempt. And who knows how many loose page papers in school that I've lost of also scribbling in the corners for, you know, that resulted in any type of skill. But that wasn't so bad. Kakashi, again, haven't watched anything of Naruto as of late, but I just copied from a picture that I saw. This is where I looked into cell shading, because like this shading on the hair, really neat. I liked how clean that looked. I thought that was neat. Introduction to cell shading. Link. There's another blonde one for you. I just, again, copied from a picture. Here's me struggling to keep this book open because it's, but it is so crunchy. Here. Let me do this for you real quick. I'm gonna pick up this book. I'm gonna pick up the same sketchbook that I have right next to me and see if I can get those crunchy sounds for you. Here, listen. You hear that? Yeah, this book has been through a lot. Time definitely does that to a book, and when you use any sort of medium on a page, it's gonna warp the page just a little bit, and it could just be a crappy sketchbook. This was a portion of animals in the book. I didn't take any of this to heart. I do not draw animals now, but these guys were super cute to draw. Here you go. Look, you got two of them. You can fit two of them on the page. How neat. Out of all these, the turtle's my favorite. This was, again, Christopher Hart, but it was like a different style, so it's like a different way to proportion stuff. But I didn't know my fundamentals, so it made no sense to just dive into a different style. But anyways, let's go into a different style now and just do Mustang. And again, that I just copied from a picture on the internet. That's great. And it was just black and white, so I didn't bother coloring it, which I don't know why I didn't color it, because I knew the colors of these guys, right? I knew Winry was blonde. I knew she was white, kind of fair looking. Same thing with Mustang. I guess it was just because the picture was black and white. I did black and white. Oh my god! So I tried to replicate. See, I didn't know manga existed. I was like, oh, I want to draw that one scene from the anime. I'll try to find it and put it up here. But I wanted to redraw this scene, and this was all from Fullmetal Alchemist, right? Base, not Brotherhood. So it looked different. But Mustang said something really cool here, and I thought it was really neat. And I wanted to recreate the scene because it was really, really cool from his perspective, because he just saw like anger and a fire in Ed's eyes. I wanted to recreate it. I remember drawing this one. Isn't that weird? I thought it was super neat, again from a Christopher Hart book. It explained in terms of how moving, either with a sense of urgency or any type of energy whatsoever, your body looks different. It said in the book that when you walk, you tend to have a swaying backward motion to you, so you tend to lean back when you're like relaxed, which makes sense. But there's no forward, like, motion going on here in terms of like no urgency or anything like that. He's just relaxing and walking through the rain, and that's like sticks to my frontal cortex. Like, I remember this and it stuck with me. I'm not sure how well it stuck with me or how much I use it today, because you just use practice and you keep doing it and you get better at it. Little girl crying. The proportions look a lot better. I like the way this looks more. Here, I remember this section. It was teaching you how to age up characters to make them look older or younger. You know, the qualifications of making a child and an adult, a teen, you know. But it showed me what like a kid should look like and what an adult should look like, and how drawing the same character as an adult could still look the same but a little bit different. There's attributes here that you should keep the same. But I'm not sure how well this stuck with me as I was doing it, because I genuinely just like the look of, I think, these bits, I believe. So I was like, wow, I like the way this kid version looked because of the colors and everything. And I remember drawing the adult, and I'm like, I like drawing the pants. Anyways, there's literally nothing there that I probably learned. Moving on, Devil. It's a cute little devil, a little tiki devil. This was a recreation of the actual comic that was in the book. It was teaching me how to use chibi styles in certain situations. Looking at it now, I probably wouldn't have used that there, which is very silly, but I understand the point that it was trying to make. Using chibis in certain situations can teach you how to lighten the mood or make it more lighthearted. Granted, this girl is going through a very embarrassing moment in her life. She slipped and fell in a puddle and she's all wet and she all got dressed up. It sucks. But it taught me to use chippies in situations. And I wrote in cursive for some reason. That was weird. Pig! He has a big head. My friend drew on it years later and was like, that pig has a big head. And I'm like, you're right. She drew weird. Emotions. Like anger. Love that. Sorry, have to crunch the sketchbook down again. And it's not like the 90s anime style of like cartoon anger with the big everything. Oh, we got the pretty boys. I think it's like Bishoujo or Bishoji. I forgot the actual term for it. But it was teaching you the wide shoulders. Really enunciate the wide there. It was basically teaching how to do pretty boys. More Naruto. This was an original one, I remember that. Can you tell? Because nothing is within proportion. It's just Naruto holding up a bowl of ramen and Kakashi forever being, I guess, embarrassed by this child only being motivated by ramen. I mean, he was, right? That was very cute. I don't remember drawing this one. Because usually you're able to. Oh boy, thumbs up. I believe this is an original as well. This is my chance of doing a foreshortening. Isn't that neat? He told me a job well done of getting all the way through that. God, those pages are so yellow. Witch, don't look at that. Don't look at that. Don't look at that. I misspelled witch. I misspelled witch. Stop. Move on. No, don't look at it. Stop looking at this page. A little witch in training. I was gonna write witch in training at the top, but then I quickly realized that I misspelled witch. How do you misspell witch? I put the wrong witch. I'm so angry. Moving on. Kakashi with the big old sweat droplet. Ugh. That's it. This is what he looks like. I think at this point I actually watched a couple episodes of Naruto, which is why I was like, I guess I should draw them now because I feel more qualified to do so. Chibiyo. So cute. Why am I so small? He's a little boy. He's a little guy. Hair. I remember this being in a different book, and it was showing how to like color hair and stuff, and how you don't need to use white for a highlight. You can use like a different color. So for example, I used yellow there. Isn't that neat? This is just a black and white picture. I think it was about the jacket, so I drew the jacket. That's about it. Again, only one subject per page. Didn't want to clutter it up. Oh my god, even worse. Well, Kakuro, I don't mind that. That's very cute. The ears are a bit curmudgeoned, but that's okay. This is worse because it's such a small subject in a big space. Oh well. This was an original. I remember this being in middle school, and I wanted to draw a sad girl, and, you know, nothing stuck from the previous copyings, but I guess you have to do original eventually. Flip that page over, leave her alone. Hey, this is an original! I don't know if anybody's ever played this. I've only found a handful, besides the friends that I played with. Is an MMORPG called Mabinogi. It was by the company Nexus, right? They published it or whatever. And I made a lot of friends on there. And that's me in the front. My name was Tokime. And then my friend behind me was called Sildar. And he was a ranger. But we were both elves. Isn't that so neat? Wow, it was so cool. I made a lot of friends on there. And I tried to draw like our outfits in game. This was just another source of inspiration for me. It was just like this funny game. It was all chunky anime style. And if I booted it up today, which I won't because I refuse to, because it just looks icky to me. It hasn't updated. It hasn't gone through any visual updates or anything like that. So that's why I don't really play it, because nothing's really changed about the game in like the 10 years I haven't played it. But that's me and my friend. And of course, coming with it, I wanted to make my own story. And if you want to make your own story based off you and your friends, you of course are the main character. I remember I drew these and I'm like, I'm gonna create a whole story off of it, and I wanted to call it Half Demon, because how cool is that to have a demon inside you, but you're like in control of it somehow, so you're like half a demon. Wow, so cool, so original. Love it, publish it, patent it, everything. And I can cringe at myself. I'm allowed to do that. And I wanted to include all my friends in it. So of course I included myself and then my friend Sildar from like the other page, and an elf for some reason. The poor guy. He always wore masks too in games, so I'm like, oh, I gotta give him a mask in real life, right? That's just how it works. Anyways, next page, this is where I gave up because I didn't want to finish it anymore. That was my friend Zusha, Z-O-U-S-H-A, however you want to pronounce it, Zawusha, but I gave up there. And then I went on to something different, a whole different style entirely. This is like a profile view of two characters who fell in love with each other, but they don't have any noses, and they can't smell very well, and they look like they need glasses because they can't see, because they're definitely looking past each other and not at each other here. It was cute, definitely an attempt. Very nice. You, just another character for Fullmetal Alchemist, just a guy, just a being. I liked his teeth. I thought his smile was neat. It's just a cool character. Watch Fullmetal Alchemist if you haven't. Brotherhood, probably. This was a character that me and my friend created in math class in 8th grade. His name was Jack. I believe we literally just copied L, but that's as far as Jack's development ever got. He was just a dude with baggy clothes on, and it looks like he doesn't have much of a personality, because we did give him a personality. Next page. This is me and all of my friends that we played Mabinogi on. Wow, look at us, so cool! Wow, the unironic rar there really sets it as a time and place. But this was our guild, and our guild was just a bunch of us on Skype. This is before Discord. It was Skype that we all hung out on, and we had a guild called, hear me out, Leet. That's what it was. And I decided to just draw all of us. So neat, so cute. This was a picture I think me and my friend like traded the pencil at. Like we would draw like a thing and then we just completed a character. Because I don't remember drawing this, but I remember hanging out with my friends and we would all draw in my sketchbook or each other's sketchbook. So that's just a product of that. Oh, this is when I got a Mark Crilly book. You can see the change in style and everything. This is just straight from Mark Crilly. Mark Crilly's the god of anime on YouTube at the time, and I'm sure he creates today. I have no clue. I haven't looked him up in a bit. Let me look at that up real quick. Is he? But I got a couple of Mark Crilly's out of draw books, and then I started doing stuff with that. And I think that's so neat, because you can see the difference between his style and Christopher Hart's style. At least at the time. They obviously evolved over time like any artist. So he was doing emotions, and I thought they were really cute. So the first one was anger, this one is shy. Very cute, a very different way of like doing these types of emotions. Here's a little sly one, a little devilish type of whatever. And I also did it in pen. I thought that was weird. I think that's all I had at the time, which is why I did it in pen. This one was an original, a little bit of an edgy one, I guess. We're gonna go on the record and say that was jam on her shirt, and she didn't want to tell her dad that she got jam on her shirt. Very, very silly, on the back of it at least. I tried to do something creepy here, but I didn't know how to do it very well. I guess it gives off a vibe. An animal howling at the moon, not doing very well, not standing on that platform very well either. It's an attempt. I don't draw animals. This is a Link one that I obviously gave up on. There seems to be a jump in time here. As we can see, there's only like 5 pages left in this whole sketchbook, so I want to say there was a jump in time in years probably from then till this one. So that's why it looks different. Oh, the Cunchy. Cunchy, you gotta bend that book back for me real quick. There you go. But this is a Link one that I didn't really like, so I kind of quit there. So that's why it's like done. But yeah, there's definitely a jump in time from the last page to this page. I think it was just my attempt in finishing the sketchbook. Yeah, we're counting the page. Yeah, there's only 4 pages left in the sketchbook. I guess it was just my thing of being like, I need to finish this. So I did. I finished it in a few months because I was like, man, this really ruined my my motivation here, was this Link picture. But then I finished it anyways. Alright, next page. Flip the damn page. There we go. That's my persona, at least at the time. It was supposed to be me. I could tell it's supposed to be me because I used to have that shirt. Don't anymore, because I grew out of it. But I really like the black hair with the white tails and the pointy ears. Pointy ears, you know, things never change. Some styles just have to keep because they're just that cool. That's a cute picture. Oh, I drew on the back of this page. There's definitely a jump because I wanted to finish this page, so I drew on the back of this one. It's really silly. And it's just me talking to another character or whatever. There's a story, I'm not gonna explain it all here, but I felt bad using only the front pages of all of these, so I started doing on the back of the pages of the last three pages of this book. I decided to just cover all the pages and I guess. The Ichigo one never indulged in any bleach whatsoever, but I needed it for an art project, and my art teacher really liked it, so she was like, yeah, do that one. And I was like, okay. Here's me, drawing me, I guess. Just trying to fill the sketchbook until the very end. We're so close to the end. We're so close to the end. Stop flipping back! You stupid! Go back! Hetalia? Anyone? We don't talk about it. Those who know, know. We've been through it. We were in the trenches, for real. Honestly. And that's literally the last page, and then I drew on the back of this page. I was traveling somewhere and my flight got delayed, so I just drew myself and the whole shebang. Literally waiting. I was waiting next to a window and I saw another plane take off, and I'm like, man, I wish that was me right now, because I was traveling and my plane was delayed 2 hours and it was already like 8 o'clock. It was supposed to go off, and then here I am at the airport at 10 p.m. Here's me attempting to shut this book. Oh my god. What a trip. That's an interesting first sketchbook, but it's a good thing it's definitely not the last sketchbook. I have plenty more. Show the stack again! That's a lot of shit. That's a lot of sketchbooks, that's a lot of pages, that's a lot of shit that I have to go through. But that's okay. And I'm really thankful that you listen to me ramble. Because this is it. This is just me rambling about this shit. I'm rambling about myself. Sorry, that sounds like a bit, I guess, selfish. But there it is. That's the first sketchbook, now crowned the Cunchy sketchbook. And a very special thank you to my Patreons who motivate and support me so I'm able to take on new projects like this one. If you are interested in my more adult works, or even just want to support me as well, head on over to patreon.com/kikudusk.